The movie opens with Jason filming a message where he reveals that his parents are sending him and his sister back to Catholic school. The scene transitions to a restroom in a roadside diner, where a girl is dressing up as a nun, interspersed with unsettling footage of a victim being undressed. The parents drop off the children at school, where Rebecca greets them warmly. Frustrated, Jason storms off, but Rebecca reassures their parents that the kids will be well taken care of. Inside Rebecca's office, Sister Sophia, a recent transfer from another Catholic school, is waiting for her. Rebecca glances at Sophia and advises her against wearing makeup, as it is prohibited in this institution. She then takes Sophia on a tour of the school grounds. During the tour, they encounter Jason, whom Rebecca introduces to Sophia. Sister Sophia compliments Jason, referring to him as a talented musician and a local celebrity. As Jason walks away, Sophia glances back at him. The girls lead Sophia to her room. Once Rebecca leaves, Sophia opens a suitcase labeled with her name, which clearly isn't her true identity. Her roommates inquire about Jason's popularity, and he mentions he already has thousands of fans. In her room, Sophia watches a video of Jason performing and leans closer to the screen to kiss him. In class, Sarah approaches Jason. Sophia enters and witnesses this interaction. She takes Sarah's lipstick and moves her to the front desk. Zoe, Jason's sister, asks Sophia if they can begin the class with a morning prayer. As Zoe recites the prayer, she notices that Sophia isn't participating. After class, she shares her observation with her brother. The following morning, Jason heads to class and is intercepted by Sarah, who leans in to kiss him. However, Sophia is watching closely. The nun reprimands Jason, but Sarah reminds her that her father funds the school. Unfazed, Sophia warns Sarah to avoid Jason in the future. After class, the nun invites Jason to her office for a discussion. While he is away, Sophia changes out of her clothes, leaving only her underwear on, and intentionally leaves the door open. Jason approaches the door, ready to knock, but it swings open, revealing Sophia in her state of undress. She is aware of his gaze, yet ultimately, he walks away. That night, Jason finds it impossible to sleep, his mind consumed with thoughts of the nun. The following morning, Jason and Zoe's parents arrive to take them home for the weekend. Sarah rushes over to Jason and embraces him, a moment that does not go unnoticed by Sophia. In response, she concocts a reason to ask her sister Rebecca if she can spend the weekend away. At home, Jason gets into another argument with his father, who disapproves of his musical aspirations. Sophia drives to Jason's house and hears him strumming his guitar in the backyard. She observes him, but just then, he receives a call from Sarah, which frustrates Sophia, prompting her to leave for school. Later that night, Sophia sneaks into Sarah's room in the dorm and slips a cigarette into her textbook. As she exits, she encounters Rebecca, who witnessed her entering the women's dormitory. Sophia quickly explains that she thought someone else had come in, but she found no one. Zoe, who shares a room with Sarah, overhears their exchange. The next morning, after prayer, Sophia requests everyone to open their textbooks, and she discovers a cigarette in Sarah's possession. As a result, Sarah is expelled from school, and Rebecca informs Sophia of the news. Sophia proposes a thorough search of the school, claiming that Sarah might not be the only one with a cigarette. In Jason's room, the sisters stumble upon a bottle of whiskey that Sophia had planted. Rebecca insists they must inform his parents, but Sophia pleads for them to give him a chance to change, and to leave him alone for the weekend to assist his sisters at school. The Holy Father inquires when Sophia first heard the voice of God. She replies that she recognized his voice in a song. Flashbacks reveal that Sophia had fallen for Jason long before her arrival at the school. She stumbled upon an article detailing Sophia's sister's transfer from Montana to this school, and she decided to use that information to her advantage. Zoe had planned to head home for the weekend, but she opted to stay behind with her brother to take care of him. While tending to the gardens, she notices a nun flirting with Jason. Later that night, Sophia sneaks into Jason's room. With his neighbors away for the weekend, he finds himself alone. She activates her phone's camera and angles it to capture the bed. As Sophia begins to undress, Jason stirs awake. She leans in to kiss him, but he attempts to get up. Sophia halts him, and they engage in something intriguing. The next morning, Sophia urges Jason to keep their encounter a secret, warning that if Zoe finds out, she might inform their parents. While Jason enjoys breakfast, Sophia enters his room, grabs his clothes, and inhales their scent. Zoe arrives unexpectedly, but Sophia quickly sends her away, insisting she doesn't belong in the men's dormitory. After class, Sophia discreetly hands Zoe a sheet with answers to a test, but Zoe walks into the classroom just in time to catch her. Sophia accuses her of cheating and drags her to their sister Rebecca, who knows Zoe is a hardworking student and refrains from punishing her. Zoe expresses concern that something seems off with Sophia. She never joins the group for prayer, but Rebecca dismisses it as unremarkable. Jason goes to confession, but during the session, Sophia slips into the booth. The bishop, who is familiar with the real Sophia, visits the school. Their nun overhears him conversing with Rebecca, quickly retreats, and starts following Jason as he heads to Sarah's party. At the party, Sarah embraces Jason and begins to kiss him, but he recalls his moments with Sophia and decides to leave. On his way out, a police officer stops him for walking with a bottle. Sophia intervenes, insisting that he can't return home in his drunken state, as it would upset his father. She takes him to a hotel, changes into casual attire, and reveals to Jason that she comes from a wealthy background, inviting him to join her on a trip to Paris. Jason declines her offer and walks away. Later, Jason's father discovers him sitting on a bench. He reassures his son of his support, emphasizing that he will never pressure him into doing anything against his will. The following morning, the family prepares for a vacation close to home. As they drive, Sophia awakens, having seemingly kept watch outside their house all night. She starts the car and drives off, but Zoe notices her departure. Rebecca arrives at school with Sarah, who has been readmitted due to her affluent parents' influence. After class, Sophia tells Jason to stop associating with Sarah. He retorts, asking her not to dictate his actions. While Jason entertains the girls in the break room with songs, Zoe grows increasingly frustrated as she searches for information about her sister Sophia. That night, Sophia stealthily enters the women's dormitory and orchestrates Sarah's demise in the bathroom, making it look like an accident. During a memorial dinner, Jason confronts Sophia, questioning her involvement in Sarah's death. She counters by revealing a video from her phone, accusing him of being a sinner. Jason pleads with her to erase the footage, warning that it could jeopardize her as well. Sophia dismisses his concerns, stating her only desire is to be with him. As Jason's parents take the kids away for the weekend, Sophia asks Rebecca to accompany her to the funeral of her fictitious aunt. At a restaurant, the Brody family is dining when Sophia enters. She initially sits at a separate table but soon approaches Jason's father to introduce herself. As she prepares to leave, he inquires about her company, to which she replies that she has just come from a funeral and is dining alone. He gestures for her to join them at the table. When asked about her hometown, Sophia mentions that she hails from Missoula, Montana. Zoe finds this odd because her research on Sophia's sister indicated a different city in Montana, located 500 kilometers away from Missoula. Sophia brushes it off, claiming that Montana is vast and that 500 kilometers isn't a significant distance. Later at home, Zoe confronts Jason about the situation. With no other option, he confesses to his affair with Sophia and reveals that the nun is blackmailing him with a recording. Zoe begins to doubt Sophia's identity, suspecting she might not even be who she claims to be, especially since she couldn't accurately state her origins. However, they can't report their suspicions to the police, so Jason proposes they sneak into Sophia's room to uncover the truth. While Rebecca informs Sophia that there was no Aunt Sophia dying in the hospital, Jason and Zoe break into the nun's quarters. Rebecca is on the verge of revealing everything when Sophia strikes her with a table lamp. In Sophia's room, Jason and Zoe discover another laptop. One of the folders is filled with hundreds of photos of a boy. As they attempt to access the email, a greeting and Sophia's true name flash on the screen. They seize the laptop and rush to the office, only to find it locked. Next, they dash to the church, but Sophia intercepts them at the entrance. Jason brandishes the laptop, declaring that they know all about her. Just as they prepare to leave, Sophia knocks Zoe to the ground. In a fit of rage, Jason lunges at Sophia, attempting to choke her, but she employs an illegal move to subdue him. Sophia then turns her attention to Zoe, but Rebecca arrives just in time to break up the altercation. In a moment of desperation, Jason pulls out a screwdriver from his pocket and stabs Sophia in the back. The film concludes with a scene of the graduates. Jason and Zoe celebrate their high school graduation. Their father gifts Zoe a car, while Jason receives a stylish guitar.